This past Wednesday night, I was at a meeting in a neighborhood in Jackson Township, New Jersey. Today, there are hundreds of families, Kenai Nahara, Ken Yirbu, that live in Jackson Township. And the meeting was about the possibility, or are there possibilities, of being able to build a shul. What's the discussion? You just build a shul. A few years ago, as Frum families began to move into Jackson Township, some of the residents were not overly excited about this new group moving into their town. And they really wanted to stop this, as they called it, invasion. Now, to put up a big sign outside the town that says Jews not allowed won't really fly in 2019 America. So the council members devised a plan. They learned that in order for an Orthodox community to really flourish, there's a certain infrastructure that needs to be in place. We need to have shuls, we need to have mikvahs, we need to have yeshivas, we need to have an eruv. So cleverly, the township passed ordinances that makes it practically impossible to build a shul. In order to build a house of worship, you have to acquire 2 acres of property. The average size lot in the neighborhood I was in was 1/4 of an acre. They would have to buy 8 houses, all next to each other, knock them all down, get a variance, and then build a shul. That's not happening. Their hope was if we limit and we prevent the infrastructure, we will deter people from moving in. So now we fast forward till last week, Wednesday. Baruch Hashem, as the years have passed, since those ordinances became law, there are hundreds of families that have moved to Jackson. And by and large, and I want to be very clear about this, they are living in this town peacefully, harmoniously. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, the council members are being pressured by just a few to refuse to change those ordinances. They refuse to negotiate. Any negotiations that have taken place were later revealed that were all done just to pacify the Frum vote, to get us past an election season. And then they renegated on all the negotiation talks that we had. And you have a community with hundreds of people. There are thousands of children. And they don't have a place to daven. There are boys 13, 14, 15 years old that don't have a seat. They have no place to go. They have a makeshift minyan in someone's living room, in someone's basement, in the garage. 20 people get together, 30 people get together. That's not a base medrash. It's not being part of a kehillah. And I'm listening to this group and they're talking, and I'm looking at them and they say, could we do this? I say, you can't do that. Could we do this? You can't really do that. And they're trying to think of different ideas, very smart ideas. Maybe if we do this, that's also not going to work. And after a while, they turn to me and they say, Avi, Lamaisa, what are we supposed to do? I looked at them and I had a blank face. I had nothing to say. That doesn't happen too often. And I just thought to myself, what are we supposed to do?